We hope you sit back and enjoy this one as we check in with our sound gear sound check to start this one from Lucama. Big move in the back of the field as Riley Gentry was stuck on the top side 3 wide. Lee Pulliam able to escape with the lead. Chad McCumbee in tow. Lopez able to take advantage of the bottom, and Bassett able to get down quickly to stay in the 4th spot.
And the danger has been all day long of getting trapped up on the outside. That's where Jake Bowman in the black 71 finds himself now. You alluded this place is very similar to Bristol, Blake. That's why. Look at Bowman aggressively cut across the bow of London McKenzie to get down to the inside. Now it's Ryan Millington, first car, trapped to the top lane in the 40. Rear, now the door's open. Lopez trying to shut it in 1. Bassett's going to nudge his way to the inside here, and Lopez may be in trouble.
And he's in big trouble because, again, there's nowhere to go. Look at how stacked up they are on the bottom side right now. There's a little bit of a space right now where they're battling back around. I believe that's the 7 of Aiden King and Parker Eatman that are side by side. Bassett's able to make up the spot. Lopez has to give up that 5th position just to get back down in front of Lyndon McKenzie. Oh, gives him a little shot out of turn 4.
And just in front of them, here's Jake Bowman trying to get to the inside of Bassett and through. Lopez slams the door shut on McKenzie behind him in the 6th. Hard to believe this is Lopez's 3rd career Cars Tour late model stock start. And there is the caution. That will be our competition caution. 45 laps into this race. Contrary to what we saw with the pros after we had our first yellow at lap 13, 45 laps clean and green.
EngineCars.com pace car pulls down. We're back to the restart zone, and green flag is back out here at Southern National. And oh, trouble as Jake Bowman has trouble getting going. He was slowing off the pace out of turn number 2, and that car continues to crawl down the back straightaway, not at full power. It's trouble out of turn 2. It is Tate Fogelman. Back to the restart zone and back underway here at Southern National Motorsports Park. And what another great restart from London McKenzie. I mean, you wouldn't think he's as young or inexperienced in full-bodied stock cars as he is, trying to battle the GOAT right now off of turn number 4.
Took all that energy he showed us in his podium interview and transposed it right into his ability to drive the race car. Now battling McCumbee for the 2nd spot. Here comes Carson Brown in the Lee Pulliam Performance 5. McCumbee was able to get the 2nd spot. McKenzie slotted down, and here comes Barnes trying to get Brown for 4th spot off 4.
Yeah, Brown rather did a great job on that restart, able to jump up a couple of positions. How about Donovan Strauss as well? Again, he and Barnes, they've pretty much been locked at the hip almost the entirety of this race. Barnes started 1 position in front of him, and they have followed each other lockstep. And honestly, that's exactly how you have to get it done here. You hope you get a car on the outside. If you have 2 really good handling cars, you just don't allow that car back down. And Carson Brown feeling that right now with Landon Huffman, 57. His fortunes turning here in this late model stock car race. Unfortunately, after the engine grenaded in his previous attempt to the Pro Late Model just about an hour ago. Tonight as Strauss takes advantage, gets a little bit of a pick there. Oh, trouble! Austin Samaro hard into the wall.
And I believe he caught the 15 of Hale as he came by, and that is the 15 car of Hale that has come to a stop just in front of us.
Pulliam, McKenzie into the restart zone yet again to see the conclusion of this one, and McKenzie gets another great launch on the top side as they head down into 1 and 2. And can McCumbee perhaps make a move into 3? He's going to think about 3 wide, but backs out of it.
Boy, the top 2 really drove it down into turn 3 as now McCumbee gets right up to the back bumper of Pulliam to see if he can follow through on McKenzie, who continues to fight for the lead.
Quapple was able to get back down, so it was a good decision to go to that outside line. Unfortunately, Donovan Strauss has not had the same amount of luck. He'll lose a spot to the 22 of Lofton. The 57 of Landon Huffman looking to do the same as well, as McKenzie gave it a valiant effort, but is nestled back into the 3rd position. Doug Barnes Jr. trying to take that away from him.
Oh, Doug sailed it off into the corner, and they make contact with Quapple looking 3 wide on the front stretch.
Oh, McKenzie squeezed up top, and Quapple, best case scenario, is going to be able to get 2 for 1 out of that set of corners. Now Barnes still in the middle, 3 wide. Now it's Carson Lofton. McKenzie slams the door, and Barnes is going backwards.
And Barnes might be a little bit upset with how that unfolded. He gave us shots on the backside of McKenzie, as now Landon Huffman to the inside of Barnes. How about Riley Gentry up into the top 10, looking for a spot here on Barnes as they go to 3. That would be for 7th. Here comes Quapple, and McCumbie's going to give him the lane. Veteran prowess there by Chad McCumbie, who sees the 88 car coming from 29th on the grid to 2nd. And with Pulliam now in the midst of some of the lap cars, or the cars that are struggling, like Fogelman, who's off the pace right in front of the front 3, some of these cars are going to be handling as bad as they have all day, and Pulliam's going to have to navigate his way through them.
Huge lap traffic that's in front of Lee Pulliam, about 6 cars strong, and Quapple's going to try to take advantage to go to the bottom. Pulliam looking high. Quapple going to take advantage as McKenzie and King are fading right in front of him. Quapple overtakes Lee Pulliam. Pulliam into the back of the 88 off at turn 4.
This could be Pulliam's chance, slipping away from him here with now 17 to go. Again to the back bumper of Quapple. Unable to make a move just yet as King continues to ride on the lead lap in 24th in front of the leaders.
And it's going to get hairy here as Pulliam, very Butterbean-esque as he's leaning into the back of that 88. Shades of the battle that Butterbean and Josh Berry had here a number of years ago in the Thanksgiving Classic, as Pulliam trying to keep pace but cannot do it this time. And now he has his hands full with Chad McCumbie. A ton of adversity in this race, and oh trouble, London McKenzie at the top of turn 4 has brought it to a stop and will set us up for quite the finish here with 11 laps to go. Young talent up at the front, 11 laps to settle. The Folsom Fit Supply 125. And I think Pulliam knows he's got to give a little bit of contact there to the 88 to try to keep him attached. They go into turn 3. Quapple with the advantage. Pulliam leaning into him. Quapple able to drive away.
Thought perhaps Pulliam was going to try to get a little bit physical to see if he can get that 88 car up off the bottom, but it did not work. As now it is Quapple, the leader. Pulliam 2nd. McCumbie trying to get back to 3rd. Doug Barnes Jr. back up into the top 5. Looking for 4th on Carson Lofton.
I tell you what, if Doug Barnes Jr. did not get held up, I wonder if he would be close to or leading this field. He dropped all the way outside of the top 10 in just a handful of laps. He's back here up in the top 4. What an impressive effort from him to stay with it late in this race, and he may have a couple of spots that he can get in these final 9 laps.
Some of the dive bombs and attempts to protect the bottom are getting out of control, like Diaz, who gets spun off the bumper of Parker Eatman. Connor Jones goes around, and there is caution number 5.
To restart us for the final 9 laps at Southern National Motorsports Park. Barnes by a nose at the line, and he may have to drive off at turn 2. He might do it. Going into 3, can he shut the door on Quapple? Not just yet, but what a restart for Doug Barnes Jr.
Now Quapple gave him a nudge. Does that mean it's on? Oh yeah! Barnes into the wall!
Barnes going to try to gather it back up. Pulliam now into 2nd. Does Quapple have any damage now? Does Barnes have any damage? The toe must be knocked out on that thing with how hard he hit the wall.
Caden Quapple comes to the white flag.
Again, we have to finish under green for this race to be official. But Quapple now holding an advantage over Lee Pulliam by about 7 car lengths as they go into 3 and 4 for the final time. Back-to-back for Caden Quapple. He'll book in 2025 and win the first race of 2026 at Southern National.